Hello. So one of the important domain in DevOps Professional Exam is security and compliance. It's a domain 6. What I will do, I divided this whole domain into multiple chapters. I will explain different AWS services in my different videos. So please go through the videos, and if you like, then subscribe my channel and comment. Thank you very much. So domain 6 is security and compliance. So if you will see the no, it this there are around 11 questions from this domain, and it need knowledge of network security components, security groups, NACL, routing, AWS network firewall, AWS web shield. It also need knowledge of PKI, data classification, encryption, key management, and access controls. A person should skill in and have knowledge security hub, organizations, AWS control tower, system manager. But he or she should also have knowledge on ACM, WAF, AWS config, AWS config rules, security hub, guard duty, Amazon detective, network firewall. Also, I should also understand how AWS massive work. Other important point is you should also understand how you will encrypt data in transit and data at rest. So out of all these AWS services, I am taking first AWS Trusted Advisor. So AWS Trusted Advisor is a AWS service which helps to tell about the cost. So it automatically calculates the cost of AWS services, how you can increase the performance. So it's keep on scanning the environment. So it check, for example, EBS, you are having GP2, GP3, IO1, IO2. Also on the database performance side, it tells you what is the instance type you guys are using and how you can make it better. It gives you the security. It also helps you to improve security. So data related to NACL security groups. If any port for anywhere is open, any security group is open. If you did not encrypt the data, data in transit, data in rest, it gives you all the information. It also gives the information on the resilience. So resilience means if your one ability zone, your one service is down, so how you will make sure that business should not interrupt. It also includes the backup and DR. How trusted advisor work? What it do? It continuously scan the whole AWS environment with best practices across different categories of cost optimization, performance, security, resilience, and operational excellence and services. And based on these parameters, it recommend actions to remediate any deviation from best practices. So the beauty of AWS Trusted Advisor is it will evaluate your all the services against these parameters. Then it gives you recommendation for any remediation. So for example, as a security perspective, if you have opened any security group for anywhere, it will tell how you can secure the security group. So as a cost optimization, the cost, I mean, for example, if you are having EC2 machine, if you are having EBS, if you are having Lambda, if you are having API gateway, if you are having S3, so it keep on evaluating. It will tell that this EC2 machine is not used for a long time. This is sitting idle. You can save this money if you will stop. How you can increase the performance of the whole system, whole infrastructure. It also gives you the enough information for the service limits. So different services are having the limit. So for example, if you are using the elastic IPs, so there are limited elastic IPs which AWS provide you per account. There are a number of VPCs. There are 5 VPCs where which AWS allows you. So through service limit, you can check whether you are within the limit or you are exhausting the limit. So this is a great tool, as a advisory system. That's why AWS called it AWS Trusted Advisor. This content I took from directly from the AWS site for the explanation. The second important service which I will talk about, that's a guard duty. So guard duty is a security service. It's a threat detection service that continuously monitor AWS accounts and workload. So for example, if you are having a AWS account, you created multiple VPCs, you created multiple workloads over there. So if you enable the guard duty, it will scan all the accounts, workload for any kind of malicious activity and give you detailed security findings for visibility and remediation. So if you will see this diagram which I took from AWS site, we have the AWS guard duty. It's a threat detection service, continuously monitors for compromising accounts, anomalous behavior and malware. How it works: with a few steps in the console, it monitors all your AWS accounts without additional software to deploy to manage. So how what it analyze? It analyzes your S3, it analyzes your database, your container workload, you have ECS, EKS, you have serverless computing, accounts and users instance workload. So keep on continuously analyzing this data and then it finds whether any malicious activity or any potential threat is happening within these services. It gives you the information as intelligent detect threats. Then accordingly any anomaly detection or any malware scanning. Once you get this report, you can take action. You can review the findings and you can take action against those vulnerabilities, those malwares. Guard duty also, it's a great tool for a threat detection service. So there are multiple AWS services which are associated. So for example, if I specify S3, so AWS says that it will run S3 events per day. It can analyze. It can also monitor S3 data access event and configurations. EKS, it monitors EKS cluster control plane by analyzing the EKS audit log. Guard duty runtime monitoring. It detects runtime threats over 30 security findings to protect EKS cluster. It's a fully managed EKS adds-on. Adds visibility into individual container runtime such as file access, process execution, and network connection. Guard duty also helps in protecting against malware. It scans the workload for the malware protection. It also helps for RDS protection. Starting from Amazon Aurora, it helps to detect brute force attacks, logins, and access. Guard duty also protect Lambda function. It continuously monitor network activity, VPC flow log to detect threats for the Lambda. The next service is Amazon Detective. So Detective is also another great security service. It simplifies the investigative process and helps security teams to conduct faster and more effective investigation. It is having the pre-built data aggregation summaries and context so that you can analyze and determine the nature for possible security issues. So if you see here AWS Cloud Trove log, VPC flow log, EKS audit log, guard duty findings, security hub findings. Investigate whatever security events are coming within these AWS services. It investigate and also provide the root cause. Thank you.